Today, we're going to be talking about what makes a good bed, what makes a great bed, and what is the difference. Now, the difference between a good and a great bed. A good bed will let you sleep in it without having spine pain, kind of like the French. A great bed, on the other hand, now that you can live in. A great bed is when you don't have to get up. The only reason you should leave your bed, if it is a great bed, is to take a shit. Because if it is a great head, its cushion will be able to absorb your piss. And that is important. A bed is a man's castle. It's his house. It is also coincidentally located in the house. But common misconception about beds is, a bed is a man's house. Not the other way around. The bed is the house. The house is in the bed. The bed isn't in the house because a house is a bed. We're going to be talking about the daily use of a bed. You know, the important stuff. The real creme de la creme. You know, as those spineless dudes say. Now, what do I mean by daily use? Well, a bed can be used for a multitude of things except sleeping. It can be used for, well, pretty much anything you can do while sitting down or standing up, but on a bed. Now, the anatomy of a bed starts with its rear, its ass, as any good thing should start at. The ass of the bed, it's an interesting thing. You don't give it much thought, but if a bed has an ass too hard, your legs will be left up. And if it has an ass too soft, your legs will almost as if be tingling while sleeping. And that will not give you a good sleeping experience. Not even a sitting down experience. As the ass of the bed is usually the most preferred sitting spot in the bed, which is most people don't think about. Now when you sit in the bed, it needs to hold down certain criteria. The great part about a bed is that you can throw yourself onto it and have no absolute fear of it breaking. Unlike a fucking couch, which is clearly not the superior utility item in the house, as the bed house metaphors I was doing at the beginning of the video. Now, let's see. Let me show you why it's important to be able to throw yourself onto a bed. If this was a traditional couch made by the Italians, it would be in pieces. The ass part about the bed, as we discussed, has a contradiction with the other parts of the bed, as you usually want to be firmly inside the bed. You want it to eat you up. You want it to be like a Mexican sundae, you know, where they eat each other. Is that racist? No, the middle part of the bed. I like to call this the body. I just made that up. The body is very important in terms of it holds your ass, which is kind of a weird thing because you'd think the ass part of the bed would be holding your ass, but that is not the case because a bed and a person are not the same. They're not. Now, the body of the bed is important for a multitude of reasons. The body of the bed is the second most used common daily area of the bed. It is used to place items, computers, guitars, other heavy things, kind of like your mom. And so it needs to be able to support a lot of weight. It needs to be the strongest part of the bed. When you lay down, if the leg part, the ass part of the bed is perfectly aligned with the body part of the bed, when you lay down, it will give you a good lower body experience. This bed is my personal bed. I like this bed. We're going to have a bed review of my personal bed. There's also a few custom beds I'm working on, but that's just general stuff. I need to hit up Mopash a little bit more often. They have used beds in the trash department, and you can just take them. You kind of have to fight the homeless people, though. But they're hungry, so you usually can outrun them, so it's no problem. Anywho, as I was talking about, the lower part experience, and the body should always be slightly lower than the ass of the bed so as to you get high leverage on the legs to increase blood flow while sleeping. This is important And this, unlike the rest of my videos, is true. So, the top part of the bed. It has a top part. Now, you might be wondering, hey, you call this the body, you call this the ass, so why are you not calling this part of it the head? Well, first things first, it's the least important part of a body, and a bed is very important, as we discussed previously in the video. So, the top of the bed is an interesting conundrum, because the top of the bed is supported by these things, which are called pillows. Pillows are in and of itself another complete mystery. I mean, I had to make a video on these too. Most people don't even know what they're used for originally. The top part of a bed, it has a few modes. Now, you can lay in it without a pillow. We're going to be assessing it without a pillow, because my pillows are special edition pillows. When you lay down, the top part of a bed, it's interesting because is that lava lamp? Is that lava lamp? As I was saying, the top part of a bed without the pillows, it needs to be flat. Now, it needs to be flat for the sense that I was talking about the spine. The spine is the most important part of the body. Now, you know what they say, the old saying, now if you sleep in a bad bed, you're spineless, because that's what Socrates used to say. Something government, shitty bed, spineless. And when you're sitting down, if it's flat, you get this perfect experience of full body high of sorts, where you could just question the universe and think, just maybe, there is extraterrestrial life somewhere out there in a universe far, far away. A bed is not simply the mattress. It has this hard, big part at the bottom. Now, this part is usually made of wood and metal, so it's quite expensive. And as I said, expensive things usually warrant tougher fights with people that have them. This bed it's a simple bed, it's with simple mechanics, and now you know the anatomy of a bed.